Let's begin the
I meant
show
score off the field.
after the pregame speeches with a guy who's known for pretty good pregame speeches. He's the biggest story in college football right now. Somehow Nick Saban is living up to the hype. He passed his first real test in Tuscaloosa, beating Arkansas. Next up is Georgia and head coach Mark Richt, who closed Bulldog practices this week to outsiders for the first time ever. Keep in mind, Saban once worked for Bill Belichick. Do I smell some drama?
Hostile environment we're going to. And again, like you say, a team that has played very well to this point. Got a lot of momentum right now, a lot of confidence, and those teams are hard to beat. But we've had some success over the years on the road, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
Georgia is an outstanding football team. Mark Richt, I think, has done a fantastic job there. His record speaks for itself, the number of championships that they've won. Very athletic team, very active team, very capable of making lots of explosive plays on offense and very aggressive on defense. So, we need to recenter our focus here and get busy on playing another outstanding team.
So much buzz already. Could you imagine if Alabama actually beats the Georgia Bulldogs? This is going to be the biggest story of the year.
Well, really, it would be. And, the last time Georgia went on the road down to Alabama to take them was 2002. And Pat Dye, the former head coach of Auburn, said, I don't think that Georgia's man enough to come down to Tuscaloosa and get a win. And, of course, Georgia won that game. I think that's sort of the same story in this game. I think people think that Alabama's too physically, too tough for Georgia to go down there. Georgia's coach Rick pointed out, 22-3 on the road in his tenure. And I think that Alabama, it took a lot out of them last week to get that win over Arkansas. Georgia goes on the road, and they beat Alabama.
Well, that's going to be the thing. Does Alabama have anything left in the tank? I mean, they played a bruising physical football game against Arkansas, but I like the play call in that ball game. Curtis is talking about Applewhite. He may not be calling the plays, but I think he is the man behind this offense, and nothing on that offense was predictable. And I like the play call in there at the end of the ball game to get the winning score. But Alabama, 3-0 the last 4 seasons, and last year they lost the last 7 of 10 games. So do they have enough in the tank to finish off a Georgia team and in the rest of the SEC schedule?
Well, what's amazing to me is Nick Saban was brought in because of his defensive mind, but yet the Crimson Tide's offense is really clicking on all cylinders. What's the deal right now?
Well, it's amazing when you watch an SEC game now, especially with new coaches and the spread offense and better quarterbacks, teams are putting up points. This year, the SEC is averaging 33.7 points per game. That's by far the highest since 2001, the previous high when it was 27 points per game. The other amazing stat is that 3 SEC teams are scoring on over half of their possessions, Florida, LSU, and Kentucky.
Wow.
Florida almost at a 70% clip. Now, you can argue that part of that is the competition they're facing, but all these teams are scoring more points more often.